All right, mate, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. I'm here at the FIFA 20 World Premiere in London. FIFA 20 is out on 27th of September. You can pre-order it, and they've actually got Volta football coming into the game. There's a Volta tournament happening here later. But I am delighted to be joined by the one and only Declan Rice. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm buzzing to be with you, to be honest, mate, because you're someone whose career I've been following very closely. We've chatted a little bit over the last few years. As a West Ham fan, I've seen you come through. Now you're doing it for England as well. I couldn't be more happy to see it happening. So I've got some questions for you today.
No worries.
First and foremost, though, we've got to talk about this. Because how does a man who's starting for England get these sort of ratings? I mean, you can't be. I mean, are you happy with these?
Nah.
Be honest.
No, I'm not happy at all.
What's the one that annoys you the most? Because 37 for shooting, I think, is disgusting, quite honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. Who makes up these stats? Like, who actually puts them together and thinks, yeah, he deserves this, he deserves that?
They're supposed to have scouts, a combination of scouts and I don't know, but one thing I've noticed over the years is, because what did you start? You started as a silver last year, did you?
No, my first card. Yeah, no. I was
what, years
in
ago?
a bronze.
Yeah.
No, bronze. My first bronze card was like 59.
So you've got to look at the increase. You're still,
Yeah,
it's still
going
getting
up.
better.
It's going up.
Last year, you had a couple of informs as well. I packed your inform, which I was delighted about.
Yeah, I had a 77, 78, then I had a team of the season.
Your team of the season, of course, which was crucial. And that is what it's all about with FIFA stats. It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish.
Exactly.
So you start in the year of 78, what are you going to end on? Are you going to get team of the season again for me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got to be confident in the season that's coming up, so I'm going to say another team of the season.
Okay, and then the stats generally, I mean, your best stats are defence and physicality, which you'd expect player in your position. But 77, what do we think about that?
For defending?
Yeah, is that too low?
I'll say it could probably be in the 80s.
I think it should definitely be in the 80s.
Interceptions, tackling, physical.
You also make a lot of passes in every game.
Yeah, 64 passes, I'm not too sure about that. Pace as well, you know, I'm not 62.
There's a lot of room for improvement. I mean,
100%.
next year we're hoping to be in the 80s.
100%.
We're getting those going forward. But obviously it's been an amazing year for you.
Yeah.
How's it feel being in the England squad, England set up now?
It's crazy. You know, we're lucky now that we've got a manager like Gareth, you know, who's willing to play the youngsters if they're good enough. But yeah, it's just crazy, you know, like turning up at St George's Park, training with the likes of Sterling, Harry Kane. You know, it's so surreal, really.
Yeah, it's all happened very fast, doesn't it? And you didn't have a kind of bedding in period where you're in squads and you weren't getting played. As soon as you were in, you were getting involved.
Yeah.
And you're obviously looking to make that position your own, which I think you're doing really well at. So I'm buzzing to see it. And I've got some questions for you, actually, from the guys on Twitter. Cool. Before we get into that, though, what I know about you, Declan, obviously, is that you're actually a fan of YouTube. You watch a lot of the videos on there, the football teams on there. Yeah. I know you know about #United, but specifically one of our players, Matt Carter, because you guys actually played together at West Ham.
Yeah.
So before I show you, I'm going to show you a goal he scored recently in pre-season,
Right.
which is actually his only goal for # so far. What memories do you have of playing with Matt?
Top player, engine on him, could run for days. I don't know what he's like now, but under 18 level, didn't stop running, always with a ball at his feet, doing little tricks, flicks, free kicks, practicing them all the time. He had that knuckleball on lock. Yeah, he was a top player.
Skillful player.
Very, very skillful.
Yeah, I think definitely all the boys at # will tell you from training he's the technically most talented player. Matt Carter just banged a free kick in. He just banged a free kick in. Vintage Matt Carter.
Vintage Matt, that's Matt Carter all over. Top free kick.
Well done, Matt. We need some more of that. He's been away for a little bit. One of the problems with non-league football is people just take holidays and stuff during the middle of the season.
You need to be committed. You need to be committed.
Tell him.
Matt, commitment. It's needed.
Thank you. Right, a couple of questions from Twitter we're going to rattle through.
Yeah, let's go.
Who do you think is the best player in the world in your position right now? Central defensive midfield.
At the moment in the world, best player in my position, I'd have to say is probably Fabinho.
Fabinho.
Yeah.
Champions League winner.
Yeah, Champions League winner. Adapted to the Premier League really quick. Strong, powerful, sees a pass, reads the game well. Yeah, I'm going to have to say Fabinho.
Okay, I'll take that. Obviously, you're part of an impressive young crop of England players at the moment. Which one of them are you most excited about playing with when you get back to the England camp every time?
Can't
say Mason Mount, because I know he's a good friend of yours.
I'm going to say Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
Does he still count as? I know he won young player last year.
Of course he does. What he's doing for his age is unbelievable. But every time I go there, I look forward to seeing all of them, to be honest. But Sterling, he's just on another planet.
Okay. On that note, talking about young players and Raheem Sterling particularly, because there's a bit of debate about him at the moment. Someone's asked me, obviously the Messi Ronaldo question always gets asked, but who is the third best player in the world right now? If those two are 1 and 2, who's number 3? You can say Declan Rice if you want.
Nah, no chance.
He's 4.
You know what? If you would have said this at the start of last season, I would have probably said Mbappe.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I would put Sterling up there. Neymar hasn't really played, he's been injured. You know what? I think for me, it's out of Mane, Salah or Sterling.
Yeah.
One of them three, I think, unbelievable players. Either of them, their goals to game ratio is ridiculous. Assists, they're always creating an impact on the game. It's too hard to say, but I'd have to say probably one of them three.
Great for the Premier League, they're all Premier League players, and great for England that Raheem Sterling's in that conversation.
Yeah.
This is about West Ham specifically. Which of the new West Ham boys has impressed you the most? I asked some West Ham lads this last season, and everyone was saying Fabianski when he came in. Because everyone was talking about Felipe Anderson, of course, but he's made such a difference.
Yeah.
Who are the new boys you liking the most now?
I'd have to say the new striker, Haller.
Yeah.
I think you've seen in the games that he's done so far, he's done very, very well. He scored 3 goals. Monday night his hold-up play was excellent. We haven't had a striker like that, Fraser, that can hold it up, link others. I'm really excited about it, and I reckon he's going to put the goals in for us.
Let's hope so. Any youngsters at West Ham we should know about? You've come through the academy. Is there new lads that maybe aren't on people's radar that should be, you think, next few years?
Ben Johnson.
Played a bit in pre-season, didn't he?
Yeah, very, very good player. Manager really likes him.
Okay.
So he'll be a top player for us for sure. And Connor Coventry.
Yes.
Another top player. Plays holding midfield as well. We got him really well. I think he's 2 years younger than me, but watch out for him as well, top player.
Ben Johnson, Connor Coventry, keep an eye on them. Talk about your friends in football. We've heard about you and Mason Mount, obviously great friends, played together at Chelsea, now playing together at England.
Yeah.
Ryan Fredericks as well as a player you get on with. But someone's asked on Twitter, if you had to choose between them, who are you choosing?
You know what?
Can you answer this question?
You know what? There's an England video coming out, and I got asked this exact same question. And it was Mason Mount, Ryan Fredericks refused to answer. But then after a little talk from Mace, I felt sorry, and it's true. He said, "You've been my mate since you were 7. Fredericks has just come into the equation." So I'm gonna have to reverse the answer, Fredericks, and say it probably is Mason.
I think it's fair.
But I did put on England one, refused to answer.
Yeah.
But then he spoke to me and said, "Look, we've been friends since we were 7 years old. He's just come into the equation. How can you do that?" And I thought, you know what? That's true. So Mason's my. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I asked you the question again though, because we've got a new answer, because we've got an updated answer. Mason Mount's number 1.
Yeah.
How did it feel? It was a question about the meme that was made out of you and that reaction on the yacht. When you got scared and you got woken up. How did you feel when you saw the reaction to that?
At first I was laughing, but I didn't expect it to get the views that it's done. Literally, I remember getting back to the hotel, my phone died on the way home, on the way back to the hotel. By the time dinner come, I had about 100 WhatsApp messages, Twitter was blown up, Instagram was blown up. I thought, what is going on here? Next thing, my face is all over it. Screaming, different things. I was thinking, oh, Mace, what have you done? But look, it's funny. It's all about the laugh and the banter. I take things lightly, so no, it was all good.
No, and honestly, from an outside perspective, I think it's one of the things that makes me such a fan of yours as well. Not just as a player, not just because you're a West Ham fan, but I think you come across a lot more approachable than a lot of other players, and I don't think there's any problem with that being out there.
No.
As much as it's annoying, I'm sure, when people keep reminding you of it like me.
No, it's cool. It's all cool.
Next question: what's the toughest away ground to play at, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's
atmosphere
tough.
You've gone to and you thought, I don't fancy this. And not, you fancy it, but it's not as nice as others.
I have to probably say Goodison Park.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Harry will like that. Is he in there? Harry's loving that.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go. The crowd right on top of you, screaming, shouting, singing, booing. You've got a bit of everything. But I'd have to say Villa Park as well. From Monday night, it was my first time. But that was an enjoyable atmosphere, the singing. There's so much spoken about Villa Park, the historic there, how much of an old stadium it is, and the whole end. Wow, singing the song before the game was incredible.
It's great to have him back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Why do you wear number 41? I'm imagining, was it your
academy number?
You just stuck with it, or are you looking to change it one day?
For sure, I think I'll always be 41. Always. I don't want to change that. Great memories. Started my career with 41, and there's no reason for me to change it. You know, I'm not superstitious, but I think like if I changed it, you know, what if kind of thing, would I be playing as well or not or whatnot. But no, 41, it was from when I played in the academy and we got given our numbers. I was 41 and broke in with that. But also everyone else has really stayed, to be honest. It's got numbers, and people that have left, they've been attacking players. So it's not really, you're not going to see Rice with a number 9 on his back.
No.
So no, 41, I think it suits my last name as well, Rice 41, it looks good, and no, I enjoy it.
And I know one of your heroes is John Terry, and he kept with number 26 throughout his career, and I imagine that was where he got that number from as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good omen, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, last question is, going back to the earlier question we talked about, who's the third best player in the world. Have you got a preference of Messi or Ronaldo? Where do you fall on that debate?
Messi.
You're a Messi man?
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be harder to defend against than Ronaldo?
Yeah.
If you had to mark, you'd rather mark Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Heard it here first. Declan Rice is a Messi man. We're going to do another video of you in a second on the hashtag esports channel, where you're going to go up against the lads in a little bit. I know you're a decent FIFA player.
I'm looking forward to that.
Are you excited for FIFA 20?
Very excited.
Even though these are your ratings?
Oh, do you know what? I probably won't be used in West Ham, so he won't be getting used.
Well, you just got to get an inform, and then we can get you involved.
Yeah, mate, we'll pack him.
Right, before we finish, thank you very much for that, Declan. We've got a hashtag United Esports top now, which you're very kindly going to sign for us. I've also got a present for you, which is your own hashtag United shirt.
Buzzing.
And I did DM you about this back in the day. I said in about 15 years, hopefully hashtag will be in the Prem. You'd have won the Champions League a couple of times. You'd have wrapped things up, and you'd be getting. How old have you been? 15 years? 35?
Yeah. 35.
Perfect age. Actually, to be fair, you might be too old for us by then.
You just
We're in the Prem.
No. Don't worry, I'll be experienced then, though.
Right.
You need a bit of experience.
For 15 years from now, Declan Rice to hashtag United.
Appreciate
Make
it.
happen.
Top man,
Cheers,
mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
One more thing before I go, guys. If you want to see more of what went down here at the FIFA 20 launch event, make sure you go to the hashtag United channel and the link in the description. Check out the video. You've also got a chance to win not only a signed hashtag United Esports top, limited edition top, also this signed Declan Rice FUT item, and you can check out a very entertaining video with the esports boys, including our new signing and Declan Rice. So click the link in the description to check that video out. I'll see you on another one soon. Until then, don't go changing.